Hello, my name is Ilona and I'm going to place this video on Tuesday, January 21st, 2025. And this is about messages I've read from Stormrider. This is on Telegram channel and I will share them on my Telegram channel. And it's very interesting, obviously see what resonates with you, but I thought it was interesting. I wanted to take a look at it. And the messages are really about all these near-death situations that are going to happen. There's most likely going to be something happening on the USA soil and that will get people moving, and that will have to do with near civil war events. But this is all necessary to bring everything out in the open. But these are the dark energies still fighting back in a way. Although they also mentioned that the war is essentially already won, but these are things that need to be put into motion. And that currently over Washington DC, Department of Energy helicopters are conducting flight scanning for certain irregularities, especially of course with the preparation for today. But they are already moving things in position. This all comes after the drones, which is apparently obviously has to do with the military branches, but white hats and black hats. I believe that these things are going to be very important. I already taken a look at it, and I do believe, especially with these drones, a lot of things will come out about the military complex, about all these contracts, about alien technology being used, all these things. White hats are also involved. I do believe some of these drones are actually alien and helping along as well. So I do believe there are many things connected to these drones, and they're going to be very important. They are kind of being pushed aside from the media, but there are still things happening with that. And so there's going to be like a false flag thing that has to do with a certain weapon. And this will bring in also people in America, that they will start, of course, fighting for their country. It's very important that people get activated. I've mentioned this in my video from Monday, that we are supposed to be part of this as well. That is what awakens us. We're not supposed to sit back and just let everything happening around us. It is that we take an active role in our own awakening, dealing with our own energies, cleaning ourselves, cleansing our energies, and of course that will heal and help the new world coming in and the new beautiful world. And I'm talking about this completely different balanced energy. Very important that people get activated. It's also mentioned in these messages that the people in America are supposed to be woken up by this and also want to fight for their freedom. It's about activating them as well. There's also mention about China, that there's a lot going on there, stepping away from the party that's helped China under their thumb. And most likely is that China would break apart into several different small countries, but stay united as front. That several different regions and 31 different provinces want their own financial institutions and government systems. So that's most likely is going to happen. It's very interesting. And let's see. And this will all lead to people being, actively changing things and getting activated. This will lead to collapse around the world, also in Germany and United Kingdom. And full exposure of what is going on. This could lead to near civil wars events around the world as well. And apparently in Mexico, it's really going to lead to like a clash between the cartels and between the white hats. And I'm sure people have already read about things like in El Salvador and other countries in South America, where they're taking care of those cartels, and they've already done a lot of operations to make sure, that a lot of them have already been dealt with. But I do believe that there could be a crash. I'm of course going to take a look with my cards if these things are going to be put into motion. So there could be things happening in Mexico. Unfortunately, could be very heavy in other countries there as well. That will be like that clash going on. And like I've mentioned before, even though most of the war on the deep state is done, certain things will, will have to happen in certain countries, and people will need to get involved in that. To clean up everything, citizens will need to be involved in that and also participate in what's going on, protecting their own freedom worldwide. So I just want to take a look at how bad is this going to be, because I actually got that they're still not completely sure. And again, this was the card at the back of my deck. Of course, in my Dutch video, I shuffled the cards. The Two of Wands. So they know not sure exactly what they're going to do. It's like two choices. Or they're going to do smoother things, or they're going to do it very hectic, very radical. And my question was, is that going to happen or not? And I also mentioned that for people in this community, it's probably not going to get that hectic in a way, because we are aware of what is going on and what's going to happen. So especially for the people that are completely unaware, this could be very hectic. Although for the people in this community, it might not feel, or they might not experience it as hectic as that, because we are pretty aware of what is going on and what's going to happen. Also, the more aware we are, the more we are working with our energy, the less the need will be to have it as hectic and shocking. So the more people are aware, and aware people are much more powerful than an entire group of unaware people, the transition will be smoother. But the cards that I've got, first card is the Strength card. This is about putting humanity back in strength again. But we have as a central card the Death card. So I do believe things will happen that can be very hectic, near-death things happening. But ultimately, it's also about how, in what position you are in energy-wise to deal with it. But for a lot of people, this could be very, very hectic. I also have the Page of Wands, get whiteheads in the past. But we have the Seven of Swords. So it also depends on how the dark energies are going to move. If they are, completely fighting till the end, then I have a feeling that the things that are going to happen will be more dramatic. But also people not taking their responsibility, not wanting to look inside of themselves. I think for them it will be more hectic. And then, of course, the things that are necessary to give every human the possibility to wake up, to understand the Great Awakening, it will be more shocking. So it has to do with how the dark energies are going to respond, but also how we as humanity respond. How many people are going to be aware, going to be conscious of what's going on. And if there's a large group of people that refuse to take the responsibility, refuse to take a look at anything, I think then the things that are happening in the events will be more shocking. But ultimately, we have the Queen of Wands and the Empress. This tells me the whiteheads are leading this. They will help humanity through this, support as much as possible, but it will be up to us as well. We need to play our roles as well. Bring in this new energy. The Empress is about the sacred female energy that we truly need to balance out this sacred male energy that has been twisted and turned by the dark energies in a very toxic way. It all has to be balanced again, so we can bring in this new energy and this completely different reality in a way that it's really up to us. So I do think it can get very hectic, but it will completely depend on also the level of how people are awakening, the level of taking responsibility. That will be up to us as well. So I do think it still can get very hectic, but it will depend on how things will take off from now and how people will respond to that and how active people will be. And maybe more things are necessary to get more people active in that way, or try to activate them, get them, fighting for themselves, for their freedom, balancing themselves, looking inside of themselves, because this is a spiritual war. So the emphasis should be on the spiritual as well. So this is very interesting. Now, the other thing I wanted to take a look at, I also saw something very interesting at the end of this message. There were like 3 messages, and that has to do, there were operations going on in Greenland, and Greenland is something interesting to me. Unfortunately, I'm very thankful people actually corrected me. I thought that the vault with all the seats were over there. That's in Norway. It's not in Greenland, it's Norway. So the message I shared about that wasn't correct in that. So unfortunately, I wanted to correct that. But I have a feeling, and that's the entire time I have this feeling with Greenland, there is something very important with Greenland. I'm getting that there is aliens there are things there that are very, very important. That's why Mr. T is so focused on that. Also, in the end of this message, there is that There will be exposure of the world rings that concern children from Netherlands, Belgium, Germany to the UK to Canada. And the list is just the beginning. So this is very important as well, that this will come out in the open. But I wanted to take a look at Greenland. What is the energy there? Because I do believe that Mr. T is focused on that for a reason. I have a feeling it's similar to Antarctica. There's something going on there. Well, we have the balance card, Temperance. Then we have the central card, that is the Pentacle, the Nine of Pentacles. We've got the Queen of Cups in the past. We have the Six of Cups, which is the Children's card, underneath the Queen of Pentacles. And we have the Queen of Swords and the Sun, which is also a children's card. So I think it's connected to children. There was a lot of things that could have happened in Greenland, underneath Greenland. Maybe operations. I also have this strong feeling it has connected with aliens. Like there is something there that is very important for balancing humanity and helping us become independent. Maybe there are some things there that has to do with our true history, but it will balance us. And what comes out now, you know, this is for the near future as well. Don't believe everything. Use your discernment, because they will make it so that Mr. T wants to create this big American empire, whatever they want to, you know, frame. That has nothing to do with it. This has to do with other things. And that's why this part is so important. And it wouldn't surprise me if there are already operations obviously already happened there. Maybe certain things have already been put into place. But it's connected to aliens. It has to do with children. It's all connected. So it's a very, very important place there. So that's what I wanted to mention as well. I hope to see you in another video. Bye.